Hello. Hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome on board the GMED Weather Information Dissemination System platform. We are going to start the program very soon, so kindly have few time patience with us. Thank you very much. Good morning once again. The program is starting, and my name is Naomi Kumi at the Research and Applied Met section of the Ghana Meteorological Agency. We are happy to see all of you, and we are really impressed with the massive turnout, and we are still believing that many people will join. Thank you for the time and making it to join this webinar. We hope that it's going to be a very successful webinar where all of us are going to share ideas to help us move not GMED but Ghana in this changing climate. On the program, we have introduction of participants, but as we speak now, we have the Director General of Ghana Meteorological Agency and his deputy here. They will introduce themselves. Then GMED staff on this call will also introduce themselves. Then afterwards, the participants, please, introduction is about, you mention your name, then the institution you are representing, so that it can move fast for us to move to the main agenda. Thank you very much. So I hand over to the chairman of this meeting, who is also the Director General of Ghana Meteorological Agency. So you are welcome.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. I think a good morning to everybody. Dissemination of weather information has been of a lot of challenges, and we all are aware that getting information to the requisite people very timely is very crucial. But we've seen over the years that sometimes one has to phone into a station to actually get messages across, and that has not been okay because most people do not get this information. So there's a possibility of trying to find the best kind of medium for accessing such information, and that is why this WITS, which is the Weather Information Disseminating System, is being adopted. It's being used in other places. The Makerere University, where it was developed, and then we could also see the University of Ghana, RIPS, principal investigator, who is Dr. Dovier, trying to champion this. And that is why we need to ask stakeholders. This is just a stakeholder meeting to engage you, the stakeholders, and see how best we will be able to make this very system a good one to be used by all. So on that note, I think I'll welcome everybody on board, and we believe that at the end of this meeting, the inputs and the contributions you make will be taken on board so that we'll be able to improve the system and get message information across earlier as possible to the citizenry, and by so doing, we'll be able to serve you better. Thank you, and I welcome you all to this meeting once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We have our Deputy Director General, who is in the person of Mr. Eric Esuman, also on this call.
So please, I want to have some small introduction of participants. Now let's meet participants.
Anyone who joins later. So if you mention your name and your institution of affiliation, then you unmute yourself again to give chance to others. Thank you very much. So please, I think I would like to go according to the list we have here. I can see Adam, a name Adam. Please, can you introduce yourself? Then institution.
Thank you very much. My name is Adum Dechi, a senior meteorologist. I work in Ghana Meteorological Agency.
Thank you, sir. Then I can see Douglas Ano. Can you introduce yourself, sir?
My name is Douglas Arnold, representing Partners in Sustainable Development in the Ashanti region.
Thank you, sir. Welcome, sir. I can see Professor Danoa's name here. Prof, please.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Professor Sylvester Danor. I'm actually at KNUST here, working on the SWIFT project. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. I'm seeing Dominic Avia. Sorry if I don't get your name right. Please can you introduce yourself?
I'm Dominic Avia. I work with Navrunga Bagatanga Catholic Diocesan Development Organization, Boga.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Please, I see Jay Dusu. Kindly introduce yourself. Okay, Jay Dusu is not ready. Please I can see Professor Benjamin Lamke. Please, Prof, can you introduce yourself and your institution?
Okay, I'm Benjamin Lamte. I'm a Cheney Fellow at the University of Leeds, UK. Thank you.
Thank you. I see a name Bernard. Kindly introduce yourself. You can hear me. Okay, if Bernard is not ready, I can see another Bernard Kuonu. Kindly introduce yourself, sir. Okay, I see Caleb Mensah. Sir, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, please. My name is Caleb Mensah, and I'm representing University of Energy and Natural Resources.
Thank you, sir. I see Dr. Mark Amobwatin. Doc, can you introduce yourself to the house?
My name is Dr. Mark Amobwatin. I'm representing Earth Observation Research and Innovation Center at the University of Energy and Natural Resources.
You're welcome, Doc. I see Dr. Nanama Brown Kluche. Doc, can you introduce yourself to us?
Thank you and good morning to everyone. Dr. Nanama Brown Kluche, University of Ghana Physics Department.
You're welcome, Doc. I see Isaac Fabina Danso. Please, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Isaac Fabina Danso. I work with the Environmental Protection Agency and I'm with the Climate Change Unit.
Thank you, sir. I see Edwina Quist. Please, can you introduce yourself to the house?
My name is Edwina Quist. I work with the Directorate of Crop Services, Ministry of Food and Agri.
Thank you, madam. You're welcome. I see Mr. Frank Boadi. Please, can you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Naomi. My name has been mentioned. I work with the Millennium Development Authority, MEDA. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, sir. I see Joe Fort. Mr. Fort, can you introduce yourself to us?
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Joseph Potufi of Ghana Meteorological Agency. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I see Mr. Johnson Ameho. Please, can you introduce yourself, your institution? If Mr. Ameho is not ready, can Mr. Asari introduce himself?
I am sorry.
Please,
Okay, I'm Kofi Asari, and I work with the Ghana Space Science Technology Institute as a research scientist. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, sir. I see Mr. Martin. Yourself and your institution.
Hello, yes. My name is Martin Doda. I work with the Department of Agri as Assistant Crops Officer in the Upper East region. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Please, I see Priscilla Daniels. Can you please introduce yourself and your institution? If Priscilla is not ready, I see Philip Paddy. Please, Mr. Paddy, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Engineer Philip Tetepadi with the Volta River Authority, Senior Water Resources Engineer and Generation Planning. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. I can see Mr. Michael Paddy. Mr. Michael Paddy, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, thank you very much. I am Michael Paddy. the Ghana Meteorological Agency Central Analysis and Forecast Office. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. I can see Dr. Nana Prempeh. Doc, can you introduce yourself and your institution?
Yeah, I am Dr. Nana Ajimai Prempeh from the Department of Geographic Science, University of Energy and Natural Resources. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. I can see Mr. Patrick Lamte. Can you introduce yourself and your institution?
My name is Patrick Lamte. I'm at the Ghana Space Science and Technology Institute of the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. I'm a remote sensing and GIS scientist.
You're welcome, sir. I can see Mr. Peter Rock. Can you introduce yourself to us, sir?
My name is Peter Rock Ebo Odum. I'm a PhD student with WASCA in.
You're welcome, sir. I can see Auntie Sandra Kesi Amankwa. Ma'am, please can you introduce yourself to us?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sandra Kesi Amankwa with EPA on the National Adaptation Plan project. Thank you.
You're welcome, Auntie. I think the list. I can see Mr. Michael Akaburi. Mr. Michael Akaburi, can you introduce yourself in your institution? If Mr. Akaburi is not ready, Mr. Michael Ayamga, can you introduce yourself to us? Okay, please, since now the list is becoming longer, if you're on, kindly introduce yourself. When you introduce yourself to the house and you mute yourself, then another person, those who have not yet introduced them, we have just 2 minutes to finish this, then we go to the main program. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Fred Kizito. I'm working with International Institute of Tropical Agriculture.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, I can see Dr. Benjamin Delali Dovi has joined. He is the co-PI for this project. As the chairman mentioned earlier, he is from University of Ghana, Regional Institute for Population Studies. Dr. Dovi, you are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Kumi. Sorry, I was just in another meeting. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, sir. Please, anybody want to introduce themselves and their institution before we move on? Whilst we are waiting for that, we have the PR of Ghana Meteorological Agency, Mr. Papani Fleck. Pani, you are welcome.
I work with Ghana Agri Research Institute here in Boko as a research scientist. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much, sir. You're welcome. Okay, then, without any further introduction, or if you want to introduce yourself, you can still introduce later when the time is right. We want to go straight to the program where we ask the chairman. Okay, the chairman gave his opening remarks already. So now we want to do the address by the co-PI for this project. Dr. Benjamin Delali is on now. Sir, please, the floor is for you for 5 minutes. Thank you, sir.
How are you doing?
Dr. Kumi, thank you. And good morning, everyone. And Mr. Chairman, and also the Acting Director General of the Ghana GMET, or let me say GMET. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for accepting to organize this meeting and also to host it. Just a few things about the project that we are doing, and it's all about ICT-enabled, multi-sector-based approach to weather information. So, Mr. Chair, permit me to make a few remarks, and by way of saying that weather services in Africa generally struggle to provide weather information to various and the diversity of stakeholders that really need them. But the proliferation of ICTs makes it critical for the adoption of, in fact, some of these products that we are talking about. Although some steps, in fact, have been made, not only in Ghana, but across the continent to fill in the gaps, there are still gaps in terms of adoption, utilization, and also investment, especially in the products of the sector. And this project basically is going on across 5 countries, supported by an institution in the UK. So we are looking at Uganda as our lead project partner. We also looking at Tanzania, South Sudan, Nigeria, and last but not the least, Ghana. And here we are also looking at weather information dissemination system as part of our task and in the ICT-enabled weather system project. And that is actually what has brought us all together today. Mr. Chairman, the project is premised on the fact that the value of weather information in solving several challenges at various sectors is less appreciated. Let's be very, very open and frank with ourselves. People still don't know what weather information and services have to offer us, especially when it comes to also GMET, very valuable agency institution, and yet we seem to underrate their services. And it has led to a lukewarm investment in the weather services, whether in the area of political economy or governance. Really, we're not tracking the investment that is needed for the sector. And as a result, it has hampered the utilization of the few available products in spite of several weather-related problems being experienced across Africa and also in Ghana. Therefore, the weather information dissemination system was intended to adopt multi-sectoral approach that brings different stakeholders together to drive the use of weather information being forecast and corresponding advisories and through the optimal use of ICTs. And I believe strongly we have a lot of media collaborators on board who more often than not help actually to disseminate. And let me appreciate them on this particular platform, the great work they've been doing on trying to translate the advisories coming from the GMET, very valuable to us. To achieve, we want to deploy mobile and web-based weather information dissemination system that grants weather information access to the different sectors based on our understanding of information flow between the sectors and the synergies that can help address existing weather-related needs. We're also seeking to reduce ICT policy gaps and causes of policy implementation failures in those 5 countries, and also particularly in our part of the world, in Ghana. And that is why also in this platform, we have a lot of people in practice who are online with us today, and also the policy making community. We thank you for responding to our call to be part of it. Mr. Chairman, colleagues and partners, the Regional Institute for Population Studies is the host on the project, being the country lead, and in partnership with the Ghana Meteorological Agency, GMET. So we are doing our best to really ensure that ICT plays a major role when it comes to weather information dissemination services in our country. Mr. Chairman, the MC, I want to thank you for this opportunity. And let's wish all of us a great day ahead, and we look forward to the celebrations. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. I'm sure comedian for.
Thank you, Dr. Devi. Please, participants, if you are not presenting or speaking, kindly mute your microphone for us. Thank you very much. Before we continue, we've put into the program poll questions that we want participants to respond to. So we will take our first and second poll. The poll question will come on your screen. And you select, some of them will be multiple. You can select multiple. Some of them you have to select only one. So you ask also answer to give us the first and second poll question. We take, then we will respond to that later. This is the poll question. Kindly select your sector. Which sector do you belong to? You select for us and you submit. Thank you. Please, if everybody has finished, then we can take the poll off and bring the second poll. Research and academic is leading. Thank you all for your participation. The next question. Which type of forecast do you receive from GMET? Multiple choice. You can select more than one. Thank you. Please, we want to get more. So far, only 27 people have taken this poll. Please, can you, some of you still add to it for us? So we continue with the program where now we have to do a presentation on the weather information dissemination system. Then afterwards, we take the third poll and demonstrate. Then we now engage with you, the stakeholders. Before the Deputy Director General for Ghana Meteorological Agency, Mr. Eric Essuman, who will be doing this presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Please, can you hear me?
Good morning. We can hear you.
My name is Eric Essuman, and I'll have a very brief presentation. As you can see on the screen, I'll give you the introduction, objective, implementation stages, where we are now, and then take us through the interface, USD, and robocall aspect of it, and the benefits we stand to gain using this wonderful project. So as a way of introduction, and I believe Dr. Dovie has mentioned most of the things here. The project was initiated by University of Makerere, Uganda, in collaboration with some research universities and hydrological and meteorological services in East and West Africa. In Ghana, the RIPS, that's the Regional Institute for Population Studies, in partnership with Ghana Meteorological Agency, are collaborating to implement this system. Actually, this project is funded by Global Challenge Research Fund, and the WIS is currently being implemented in Uganda, Tanzania, and it's being adopted by South Sudan, Nigeria, and Ghana. The type of forecast that we will leverage on this platform to disseminate to our stakeholders are the daily forecasts, the seasonal forecast, the marine forecast, and the weather warnings. GMET has the mandate to generate and disseminate climate and weather information services for socioeconomic development of Ghana. Continual innovation requires new ideas, new strategies, and new solutions. GMET has been working hard to improve the generation of our forecasts, trying to be more accurate and be able to disseminate this information to our stakeholders. We've been relying on the traditional means of dissemination, which is the radio stations, the television, and in the advent of social media,
we took advantage of the social media platforms such as the Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp groups, etc. But in all of this, we rely on a third party in getting the products to the end user. A third party that we don't have control over. A third party that the user don't have control over. And so we give the forecast to, say, a radio station, and the radio station decide to send the forecast to the populace the time they want to. And if you are a listener or a user, you miss that broadcast. You find it difficult getting the forecast. You want to even use the social media, you need to rely on smartphones or internet facilities to be able to have access to the weather. So these challenges, as I said, relies on the third party. With this system, we believe we'll be able to put the power in the hands of the user. So the user will be able to access the forecast as and when he wants it. Anywhere, irrespective of your background, irrespective of the mobile phone that you are using, you'll be able to access the weather. In that case, the power is put in the hands of the user of the information. So the objective of this project is to leverage on information communication technology to disseminate the weather forecast and the climate services to the end user. As I said, to enhance the delivery of service and be able to put the power and control in the hands of the user, which we think is very critical. The system has two phases. The first phase is the web-based phase, and the second phase is the SMS audio phase. With the first phase, there are certain things that we have done. So at this point, what stage are we? We've been able to install the software on our server. We've customized this software to meet the needs and aspirations of Ghanaians. And then we've started engagement of our target groups, one of which we are doing today. We've done some survey, specifically with the agri community, which inform us how they want to receive the forecast, the format they want it to be, and very soon I'll share to you how the interface is going to be and the format is going to be based on the response we got from the survey that we did. And as we are even doing this presentation, some surveys are going on. The second phase has to do with the use of USD code and robocall, where users can receive the information through a text, SMS, or through a dialing of a code and get the weather information in the form of audio in the local languages. And so we will pilot at least with one local language, specifically Twi, and we will upscale it to cover other local languages to benefit our users. We've started engaging the telcos to help us implement this phase, which we think is very critical. So the interface, especially the web base, if you go to the web base, the forecast will come with a link. If you click the link, this is the interface we are going to have. And we are going to upload our daily forecast, our decadal forecast, our seasonal forecast, and the marine forecast. As we speak, the daily forecast and the marine forecast can be accessed from this platform. We are working on having the decadal and the seasonal forecast on the platform. And so you come to the interface and you want the daily forecast and you click on it. It will give you this outlook. We used to have a template where we have a table, a summary with locations, the cities and the locations on the table. Actually, when you are using a mobile phone to access the weather and you open this page on your mobile phone, the screen is so small, you need to enlarge it. And as you enlarge it, for you to get the city and the location you are looking for, you have to be scrolling left, right, center to be able to identify which location you are looking for. With this interface, it gives you the map of Ghana, the location, the temperature, and the symbols, and the rainfall probabilities, which is easy and we think is a user-friendly, that our end users will be able to appreciate it and understand. I normally talk about the fact that the scientists normally crack their brains, burn the candle, and come out with breakthrough discoveries and products. But they don't do those analysis and those research for themselves. They do those things for the end user. The challenge is, how do you get this message to the end user for him to benefit from all the stress and the hard work that a scientist has put together, for that end user to benefit and use it to help his life? That is the end game. And you may agree with me that when we all started school, in our primary school, P1, KG, our teachers used symbols and pictures and objects trying to teach us complex situations. And that's why we think this interface address that issue, which will make everybody who want to access our forecast understand what we are trying to say. So it comes with the symbols, it comes with the colors, it comes with the temperatures, it comes with the locations. And then the definitions of the symbols are provided. The colors indicates probability of rainfall. And so the red give you a high probability, 60% and above. The blue give you moderate, 40 to 60%, and the green, low probability of rain, below 40%. And so this gives you the overall view of the forecast for 24 hours. But if you want specific location and a type of a forecast, you go back to the interface, and you can get a location specific forecast. Look at from my end, my left top end, which has been circled red. If you click on that, you have the cities. So you want a forecast in, say, Adenta or Kumasi or Sunyane. You click on the city, you have the drawdown, you select the city, and then you click the second box, which is going to give you a type of forecast you are looking for. So it's a daily forecast. It will give you this interface. And this interface gives you the morning, the afternoon, and the evening forecast with the weather condition as depicted in the symbol, and then the temperatures provided. One unique thing about this interface and this system is that the bottom there, where you have a red arrow, it gives you opportunity to give us a feedback. And so after checking this weather condition in your area, if for some reason it doesn't, the event doesn't happen as predicted, you can talk to us. If you have any challenge, you can let us know, and that will help us to be able to serve you better. Again, the advisory session, if there's a warning, it will be blinking to draw your attention to click on that, and then you will know the events that are coming so that you can take the necessary precautions to mitigate the impact of the system that is coming. Again, as I spoke about the USD code and the robocall, it is a system that will help us, irrespective of your background and the phone you are using, be it YAM or smartphone. It doesn't matter which network you are on. By dialing the USD code, you'll be able to access the text, SMS message, or the audio version of it. So you dial the USD code, you select, if the text, you select the language, it will come. If it's about the audio, you select the language, and then the weather will be read to you by the language that you are comfortable with. This screen is what Uganda is using to help them, use the USSD code and the robocall to reach their end users. So as you can see on my screen, you can have farmers who are in their farms who are able to access the weather information. Assuming you are in a farm and you want to say apply fertilizer, you want to find out whether it's going to rain or the weather you needed to be able to apply the fertilizer is what you are going to get. As I said, irrespective of the phone you are holding, you pick your phone and then you dial the USSD code. You can get it, the audio version or the text version, and that will help you to, take decision of what you want to do. Our overall objective is to help make weather forecast, weather information part of our daily life planning. So if there's an outdoor event that you want to organize, by this system, you just go to your phone and then you're going to assess the weather and know the condition, and then that will inform your decision. You don't have to rely necessarily on the radio, which might have finished broadcasting the weather, you have missed it, or a smartphone to be able to go to a WhatsApp group and know the weather condition. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, you'll be able to assess the weather. We think these are very wonderful systems that GMET, with this, the collaboration with RIPS and other partners, are trying to bring on board to help us serve our end users. The benefits that come with this system is enormous. As I said, it has the mobile interface, web interface, and the mobile bits, which makes you access it everywhere. It provides multi-system dissemination of the information. So at a point, you'll be able to access the daily forecast, you'll be able to access the seasonal forecast, you'll be able to access the marine forecast and access the decadal forecast. It's unique because it gives opportunity for you to get the forecast in audio form and in your local language. GMET, since last year, is working on National Framework for Climate Services. The objective of it is to have interaction with our stakeholders, engage them, know what they want, how they want it, be able to serve them better. We believe this system provides us a very wonderful opportunity to be engaging our stakeholders so that we will be able to serve them better. It's also solved the challenge of the traditional system that we've been using. It's simple, it's user-friendly, and it's robust. And more importantly, it gives us the feedback so that we'll be able to address your concerns. In summary, which, as I said, enable multi-sectorial weather forecast dissemination to get the general public informed. It provides a one-stop shop where all the weather and climate service can be accessed by everyone in every location in Ghana, irrespective of your background and the mobile phone you are using. You'll be able to access the weather and make it part of your decision or planning. Is dissemination of early warning system for disaster management, and above all, it's going to help us to enhance our service delivery and make our stakeholders satisfied. Innovation is important, and GMET is committed to have a continual innovation. And as said by Drucker, innovate or die. And we think this is a way of GMET with its partners taking advantage of information communication technology to serve our client and our users better. Thank you. At the question and answers time, we'll be happy to hear from you, your comments, your suggestions, and we'll be taking it on board so that we can serve you better. Thank you very much for the audience.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the good presentation. As you said, there will be a time for question and answer and the main discussion. But before that, we want to quickly take the third poll, and now we move on. So the third poll is the question: how long have you had access to the forecast? We have 60%. Can we have some few people vote for us to see, please? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Please, so it shows that most people here have been accessing the forecast from GMET for more than 5 years now. Thank you very much for your continuous collaboration with GMET. We really appreciate you. Thank you. We now call Mr. Bashiru Yaya and Ms. Maureen Ahiataku to just demonstrate on the WIT interface as our deputy director spoke about. Some few minutes, they finish the demonstration for you to see how it is going to be. Then we now start the discussion with all of you. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, everyone, and thanks for your participation. So just a quick demo to the web interface, which is the phase 1. So this is how the website looks like. So when you go there, you just go for your weather forecast. So when you click on this button. Okay, so for now, we'll just show the demo for the daily forecast and then the marine forecast. So with the daily forecast, you get a summary. We give the quantitative precipitation forecast in terms of rainfall amount from a model output. So these ones animate, as you could see from the screen. We have both the minimum and the maximum temperature as well. So the outlook that was also shown from the presentation, that will also be loaded in there. So for a specific location forecast to our left panel, you go there to select your city. So for example, if you want Accra, you could just click for Accra and then select daily forecast. Then send your request. So when you send the request, this is how the outlook shows, as we've already seen from the presentation. And we have the feedback session, and then the advisory session. If there is any warning, you will see that. And then from the main site, it keep popping up for you to know that there is a weather warning aspect to that. So this is for the marine interface. It's the same interface that we have on our main marine forecast file. So when you come here too, you will also see the outlook for the marine forecast. As already mentioned, so far we just loading our daily and then the marine forecast. So the seasonal forecast will also be going, and we'll open more tabs to the decadal forecast as well. So in short, this is just a short demo for you to see how the system works. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maureen. Now, we want to have our before we move to the general discussion on this platform, where we will be looking for your input and suggestions, seeing the interface, then going forward, most have great ideas to have stakeholders to help. So kindly let us move into that aspect. Thank you. What do you forecast for? It's multiple choice allowed. You can select one or you can select all, depending on how you use it.
Please, we are still waiting for more votes.
Thank you. Thank you. So whilst the result is processing, this is the time and the main purpose for this meeting today, where most of you are stakeholders on this platform today are coming from different backgrounds, and all of us, information on weather and climate is very important to us in our planning of whatever we do or for our own safety. So this is the time we want to go into the discussion aspect, feedback, suggestions, anything that will help this process to go on successfully. So please, if you have anything you want to talk, kindly raise. Then any general question and contribution for
So my hand is up, buddy.
Okay. Please, you're on the floor. We are listening.
All right, thank you. I want to know how interactive is the map that shows the areas that the rainfall for the various areas, the map that was presented. Whether it's interactive, whether you can click on it or just tap it and get some further details about the particular area, or it is not interactive.
Yeah, for now the map is not interactive.
Okay, noted. Are there any plans to make it interactive?
Yeah, so that's a feature we're also looking at to make it more interactive.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hello.
Please, now the floor is open.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, this is Sandra.
Okay.
Thank you for all your wonderful presentations today. I would like to know, out of curiosity, how many local languages can be used on the device?
I think as many local languages as possible, but as we said, we are in the piloting stage. So for the piloting, because of COVID-19, we could not even carry it out the way it was planned for the whole year. So for the piloting now, we have selected P, and we selected a farming community, the three, formerly Bruno Ahafu region. We selected Bruno Ahafu region, then we looked at if we are going to do the pilot there, then the language that is commonly understood in that region is P. So we chose P now for the piloting, but afterwards, for now, we are going to add Dagari, like almost most of the languages in Ghana with time, where everything will come on board.
Okay, that would be wonderful because most of these farmers are not educated. So if we are able to reach them, using the local languages, that would be great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So the survey, as our Deputy Director mentioned earlier on, the survey is still ongoing. We've done some survey with the Agric Ministry, with some farmers. Some people are even on board. Some of the farmers are here. They went through the questionnaire. Then we are still ongoing as we enter into the next year. Maybe we will even come to your office to getting views. So the languages, as and when we get the opportunity to add, more will be added with time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Yes, please. This is Martin, Department of Agric, Upper East Region. Yes, thank you for a wonderful presentation. After going through, following the presentation, I saw the phone-in session where a farmer can access by dialing a code to get the weather information, either by text or by voice message. And like she's talking right now, maybe in all the local dialects. Now I want to know, looking through the maps and where your centers are, or where you GMET take their weather information from. To Upper East, I saw Navrongo and I saw Boku. So I want to find out, first of all, if somebody is in Bongo or he's in maybe Sandema, then he dials the code and the message comes. Is it going to give a general information about maybe the Navrongo or maybe Upper East in general, or is going to be location specific? Then secondly, I want a toll-free number text that will come to the farmer. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, the Director General would like to answer.
Yes, actually, the Ghana Meteorological Agency has been working with the Marine Center in Legon on a similar program. And what it does that it gives an average of, this is for the fisher folks, and the code is *920*88#. Now it gives you whatever it is, so that actually it's going to be, we will have the specifics for those areas, but we'll have a broader view too of the areas that may cover the north. But then we cannot then go later more detailed to specific areas where we can reach regarding our where our equipments are positioned. But we'll have the bigger picture for giving an area coverage, just like what we do over the ocean. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for answering. The Deputy Director General also added.
Just to add a little to what my Director General said. Normally, when we give the forecast, we have specific cities that are traditional or current system that we are using in giving the forecast out. You see the table with cities and the various weather situations in various cities. So in this way, we will input the various locations into the system. So the areas that the forecast is going to cover, the specific locations will be input into the system. So you go to the template where you click the city, you have the drop down, and all the cities that has been captured as in the weather information will be available. So you select that city. We will try as much as possible to add a lot more locations to it. And we hope the area you mentioned may be part of those locations. It may not cover every nook and cranny of the country at the school. But as we are going on, we'll be adding various locations, because our focus is to be able to give location-specific forecast so that we will cover as many as possible the locations that people can draw down and select their area and get specific forecasts to that area. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
And I don't know, can you come with your question?
Yes. Please, because I work with the Ministry of Food and Agric, I want to ask this. Is it possible to bring on board the local radio stations as well? Because I saw in the presentation that you are targeting the telcos. If not all local radio stations, I mean GBC local radio stations, because they host agri programs, so that you can give them this weather information, so that during those programs they disseminate, because farmers I know usually like to carry their radio sets to the farms. It's a suggestion. Thank you.
Hello, and perhaps to follow up on that suggestion, I think that there are a few key things that I pick up from the presentation. And one of the things that I get is a behavioral change where all Ghanaians, not just specific groups, farmers or marine people, but everybody appreciates the value of weather information and uses it to plan their daily lives. Now, putting in place a technology will not just address that behavioral change that we require. It requires a lot more, and perhaps, again, just to follow on from the suggestion that's been made, and have them include weather information in their daily programming and content. This happens in the West. If you take the BBC, for instance, almost every 45 minutes or every hour, there's weather information. Why can't we do that here? Why can't we get our radio stations, our TV stations, include a 1 minute or a 5 minute weather information in their content, in their daily programming? And it doesn't have to be somebody from GMET doing it. You can train somebody within the radio stations, and then once the information is there, you support them to do that, and over time, people will then begin to appreciate a lot more what GMET is doing. If we only have to wait for, let's say, 6 a.m. news, 6 p.m. news, or 7 p.m. news for just weather information, then we'll be, as consumers of that information, we are forced to look for other avenues, for that. So perhaps the communication department at GMET can begin to have better working relationships with the media and have them develop a plan or a strategy that makes them include weather information. You probably have to help them hold their hands to go to this platform that is being developed, to appreciate the content there and use that content for their programming. I believe we can achieve a lot. Traditional media is still the way to go in this country. Social media is picking, but everybody, most of us, pick our information from the traditional media. So we can't go away or throw away the benefits of traditional
Can you
media.
do a summary for us because of the time factor?
I am wrapping up. I'm just wrapping up. I'm done. So what I'm saying is, yes, good initiatives, but in these initiatives, I understand that we're looking at behavioral change, how Ghanaians consume weather information. One of the ways to do it is to work closely with the traditional media outlets. We can't say that they are challenged, so we bypass them. We can't achieve much if we don't work with them. And to work with them, let's draw or have closer relationships with them so that they appreciate weather information and use them in their daily content.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gwadi. Please let me check in this. You have to raise your hand, and also you have to be called because I can see some hands are raised. Thank you, Mr. Gwadi. Please,
the suggestion given by our brother is wonderful. We will take it on board. But the fact is that we are not closing our doors to the traditional media. We are just exploring and using multifaceted approach in reaching out to our stakeholders. And so we'll still be dealing with our traditional media. Actually, just last week, we've received some equipment from UK Met to upgrade our own studio that we have had here, that we are going to develop videos to be given to the media houses to be able to broadcast the forecast, which is ongoing. We'll still be using the traditional media. We'll still be using the local FM stations or platforms that the assemblies have in their community. But what we are saying is that in all of this, it's a third-party approach. That person, you have to rely on the third party to be able to get the information. In addition to this third party, we want you to have the power in your hand, where you can assess the weather on your own as and when you want. So we are using various approaches to reach out to our people so that nobody is left out. So we actually appreciate the concern and we will take it on board. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please, Mr. Caleb Mensah.
Yes, please.
Okay, please.
Yeah, I was just trying to say that coming from the educational field, I wanted to know, is there any plan to use students also as a way to shape the interest of, the usage of this weather information, especially among the general public? Because I believe.
Can you raise your voice?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Can you get me now?
Yes.
Okay. I was asking if there are future plans to also incorporate, find a way to also reach students, or let's say people like children, also in a way to also shape the interest of the usage of this weather information. Because I believe if we are able to also involve children or students in this kind of delivery service. They go to the house and they are also able to help, like just try to also educate their family, explain certain things to them. Well, gradually with time, you see that some parents will start following the weather service delivery system, and then it will really have an impact. As Mr. Boedi was talking about a way of behavioral change. I believe we can also like students, the use of students also getting the message to them in a very simple way where they can also understand, something to really draw their interest in also getting this weather information. Like you not only giving the weather information, like if it's going to rain, when it's going to rain, but maybe how they can also benefit, like in planning, in even what they can wear, how maybe the sun is going to shine, so they have to take in more water. Those kind of things, I think, can really um, give up their interest in the weather information. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The Director General will respond to your question.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Actually, this is something that is being looked at. The Ministry of Education is working on, and the GIZ is also doing something similar. They came to us and they are trying to introduce a curriculum at the various JHSs and SHSs so that just to whip up the appetite of children getting some idea about weather. Now, once that thing is built in them, then they can leverage on whatever information they get. So it's something that is being worked on. So I think it's something that once you've raised here, we're going to push up on that too. And we believe that the children can even go home and even tell their parents and other things, not only on the weather, but even climate issues and other things. They will understand those things. And in a way, we'll be able to help actually our country as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I can see Prof. Benjamin Lamte's hand up. Prof, please, your suggestion and question. Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. I saw the interest in people asking about the location-specific forecasts. And I think it's very, very important for our users to understand the signs and limitations of the forecast. For example, if you click on Accra and you see a forecast for Accra, I think we are all aware that it doesn't mean that anywhere in Accra you are, if let's say the prediction is rain, you are going to get rain. So that understanding should be there when people are looking at this. And so you don't attack GMET too much. But like the Deputy Director General said, you can call in and give a feedback. The feedback will help because providing location-specific forecasts is still something which we have a long way to go. So when you see Accra, don't take it anywhere in Accra you are, you will get rain. That knowledge must be there. The users must be aware so they don't attack GMET that the forecast didn't happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Prof.
Very much. I could see Mr. Frank Tete's hand up. Please, do you still want to add your voice? Okay, then can we quickly take our next poll question while people continue to think of their suggestions and questions to be met? Our next poll. Which of these platforms will you prefer to access the forecast? Multiple choice, welcome. So voting starts. Thank you. And now we are wrapping up to finish the program. So please, if you have any further questions, suggestions, or anything concerning what's the topic of discussion today, kindly bring it on board before we call the Director General to wrap up and give his closing remarks. So we are giving some few seconds to see whether anyone has any further question or contribution or suggestion. Thank you. So thank you very much. We got the response that social media, SMS, then web-based interface. Which of these platforms will you prefer? So that's what people are here are saying you prefer. Thank you for answering. Please, if we have any further questions, suggestions, whilst we are taking the last poll, then the Director General will give his summary and closing remarks. So this is the last poll. What are the challenges you face in receiving the forecast? You can also choose more than one. This is our last poll. Then we are preparing to end the program. As we told you, it's 1 hour. You know it has gone beyond 1 hour more. Forgive us. Okay, so in discussing the challenges we face in receiving the forecast, many of us are saying it's not specific to our location. So GMET are taking note of it. Then it's not timely. In fact, all these points are well noted. Difficult terminologies, we are working on it to make it more user-friendly, and too much text. And thank God, this WITS project is also coming to take care of that, where we are showing the map and we are giving you summary. That is not reliable. That one we are working towards that. Thank you very much. We appreciate your input. So without any further comments, suggestions, or questions, I'll call on the Director General of the Ghana Material Agency to wrap up this meeting and give his closing remarks. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you. I think you all bear with me that this has been a very interactive kind of forum where, and first may I take the initiative to thank Dr. Duvier, who is the co-PI, and the various people like Dr. Lampt, everybody who even in the UK still has taken time. You've all taken time of your busy schedule. Our colleagues in the north, the academia and everybody. We can't thank everybody. We can't mention everybody's name though. But we are grateful that, I mean, you took time off your busy schedule to come to share in the deliberation of this, all for the sake of our country, Ghana. And I want to actually assure you that whatever contributions and suggestions that have been made, questions posed, are being taken on. Once this is very rudimentary. I mean, what I mean is that it is just at the initiative stage. And we will take on board everything that has been suggested to us, and we'll make sure that we'll be able to actually provide. We've heard that most of the distance are not timely, the location specific and other things. Though these are challenges, but I think we will work, we can get them worked on so that we can improve it. But I also want to assure people, as for stated Professor Lamte, that when we say it is going to rain in Accra, it could rain in Laboni, but it may not rain in your area. It doesn't mean that it has not rained in Accra. And these are things that I think we're still open for suggestions and other things. So if you can chip in those things, I think my moderator, Dr. Kumi, I think we really have to put her number there so that people can actually interact, and whatever contributions we have, you'll be able to send them to us so that we'll be able to help improve this, all for the name of Mother Ghana. And I think if we are able to work on this, it will go to improve the problems that we used to have, because most of the we know we are supposed to get to the radio stations, but sometimes it's very difficult to actually pinpoint which radio station people really phone in. Some may listen to Obonu, some may listen to Joy, others may listen to Peace FM. But I believe that this is in a way going to make people really assess this information on hand. That is why we believe that it is something that is very, very important that we have to. But But aside that, we will still be working with the radio stations, do the possible best we can, and I think we'll all have to help that this go well. And if it goes well, it's for the name of Ghana, not GMET alone, for us all. On that note, I think I thank you all, and I take the opportunity to close this forum. Thank you.
Thank you, DG. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So these are the last question posted in the program. How did you find it? And 73% of us are saying it was very good, and 27 people is good. Others did not say anything. We want to appreciate all of you for your time. And as our DG said, GMET, I think our emails and everything is there. Your comments and suggestions are still welcome. We believe that some of you who didn't really raise your hand, but you were sending us suggestions on our individual phones. They are well noted, and we still ask for more as we prepare, especially to go into next year to give our seasonal forecast and continue to serve you better. Thank you very much, and we wish you a very blessed day.
Dr. Duvier, bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye. And I thought we were going to have a group photo.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea.
If you switch on your videos.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yes, switch on your videos.
Okay.
And then we can take a screenshot. All of you switch on your videos so that we can have a screenshot.
Let me take a picture.
All videos on so that we can have a screenshot.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still waiting for people to turn on their video. Yeah, others are not turning.
Dr. Lamte, where's your video?
Is there?
Dr. Lamte, I can see you. Your video.
My video is on.
Your video should come.
My video is on.
It's on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I can see you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.